This is Metal Gear Solid, the original. We're here on Xbox Series S. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. And this is part of the Master Collection. So this is a compilation of games. We're looking at them individually, at least for now with the Series S version. We're taking a look at this original entry. As you can see there, it is very much its own game. So what exactly are we getting here? It's 1080p, but the rendering of the game, since obviously it's marked off across the sides, it's the original 240p rendering it looks like we're getting here. So it's, it's that original version. They didn't really upscale it or anything like that, which is a little disappointing if you were expecting something a little bit crazier upgrade-wise. But you do get to experience the original Metal Gear experience if you never got to see that in action at 30 FPS. So this one is the first entry in the series that was in 3D. There is a number of 2D options that are also available as a package within this overall Master Collection, which is kind of cool if you want to, kind of get into those. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's a game that's about, I guess you would say, stealth and tactical play as you move through the environment, trying not to get spotted, occasionally taking out some enemies here, and figuring out the plot that is going on. It is a very old title, but it's actually quite impressive for its era, and it's filled with fun little surprises as you stealth along and make your way through the experience. It's neat because it's like sort of that top-down style, but transferred into, the 3D environment. I think is really quite intriguing. And for the most part, it actually works very effectively well. I can see why this was so, I guess you would say, impressive for its time, needless to say. Okay, let's look here. Dun 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 dun. It's so intriguingly well set up. Dun dun dun. But yeah, you kind of move through the environments. There's cinematics. There's actually like vent crawling, which is interesting. I've been spotted! And then there's the alert system where you're trying not to get found, so that they don't know where you are. Snake! Oh, sorry. Snake! 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 That's exactly it. Oh, it's also a little weird here because you press like the B button instead of the A button to do stuff. I'm all the way back at the beginning. Oh, that's a little rough. Okay, I see how it is. So I got chaff grenades. Huh, wasn't expecting to die like that. So, yeah, the Master Collection, outside of, just having these differing games being available, you are also able to download this separate app and or game kind of like info package. So that thing is a separate little thing you can dive into if you want to learn more about the history of these titles, get some behind the scenes stuff. It's a nice little kind of extra little package if that is something that intrigues you. It's a cool little download. This also has differing versions so that you can experience it in separate standalone ways if you are, kind of wanting to get a different taste and feel for the scope of what they were going for with this game. But, for something so old, it is actually genuinely quite impressive. Kind of taking the origins of like the 3D visuals and just adapting something 2D so well into the space is kind of fascinating, especially after spending some time with the, I guess you would say, precursors, getting a feel for those ones in regards to like what they were doing with the technology at the time is really impressive. And it's like, this is a full-scale world, right? Like, you got to remember that back in the day, this really did perfectly capture the world and the environment, everything like that, in a realistic way that was impressive for its time. I mean, obviously nowadays not as impressive. But it would have been really cool to also basically, like, if only they could have maybe spent a bit more time essentially upgrading this to, you know, full widescreen. And it is disappointing that the frame rate is, you know, locked to 30 FPS, as it would have been nice to, you know what I mean? It would have been nice to have a higher frame rate experience, but I mean, it definitely could be like an engine thing. It seems like more, it's just a straightforward port, right? That's kind of the biggest bummer here. At least widescreen, high resolution scenario would have been cool. You know what I mean? Just taking it to a little bit higher of a presentation would have been, I think, would have done wonders for this one, gameplay wise. But still, it's nice to actually have this experience here on the platform, right? Like, this is something we haven't had available to us, so kind of exciting. I guess we could go in guns blazing, sock 'em pistol, but we don't really need to, I suppose, unless they come across us, since I am using such high levels of stealth and expertise here, as you can tell, naturally. I am the medalist of gears, I guess you would say. But no, it's neat. And then you also have, like, these different, it's like a back button thing, and you can, like, call to do stuff, and, like, that's how you save as well. And it just kind of, like, I don't know how to best describe it. At times it feels a little kind of cumbersome. It's like they didn't really do a whole lot of work, as opposed to just, like, kind of making it available. Because, you know, like, the Metal Gear games are pretty classic titles. It just would have been nice to see a little bit more, I guess you would say, like, a bit further of a tech push, or just a little bit more of a love to these, you know, kind of classic games. I think would have been quite desired and appreciated. Oh, you and your clever little holes in the floor. Let me guess, we gotta go all the way back. Oh no, we're good. Okay. Just wondering, maybe we should go to a higher level. Ugh, sorry, it's just... There we go. Alright, here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. What's the note?
The radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Will do. Will do. Yeah, this is it's definitely a game of its time. Honestly, it could probably go for like a full remake at some point, you would say, right? Like this one is remastering it here, as to say, or well, honestly, a bit more of like a port, but like, you know, this takes it a little bit, but doesn't take it to the full degree that I think he would really need it to be done in order to kind of welcome a new generation in, right? It's still going to be well loved and well received, but I definitely think they could have taken things a little bit further. It would have enticed a lot more people. But if you're going for a bit of, you know, nostalgia and stuff like that, this one hits it fine. What is it?
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from somewhere in that area. Isn't there someplace? Snake, the DARPA chief's...
Yeah.
Snake.
Please get off the screen. What are you doing? I am in first person mode. Oh, hello there.
Not
I mean, I kind of wish we were here for her instead, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter. That's who we were looking for. Look how realistic that is. And this really was on the cutting edge of, like, cinematic style and stuff like that, too, for gameplay back in the day.
Who's that?
Whoa, what moves?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really?
How realistic that is.
You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
No.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information.
So let's say it right in earshot of this woman next door that's listening in.
We're conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
A Metal Gear?
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the earth.
No.
A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
That's impossible. Sorry, I wasn't expecting such a long black screen here. Metal Gear.
Can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
Work, opportunity,
Heard the
venture.
Metal Gear project was scrapped.
Believe it or not, they actually made several more.
Project between ArmTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of ArmsTech.
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
So bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password,
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
what?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes, you can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Insert the card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the second floor basement.
Second floor basement.
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them.
Ooh.
You look for the areas where the walls are a different color. Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium.
That's deep.
As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
It's a very long cinematic.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Did they activate his thing that kills him? Oh no! He's dead.
Dead.
But what does it all mean?
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
A heart attack? No,
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support.
Whoa.
Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
Should we hide the body? Sneaking along. I can't believe he's dead. This room kind of sucks. At least they got toilet paper in it. Oh, the door's open now. Kind of weird that, like, you know, they would spend time detailing that back in the day, but it's just authenticity.
Don't move. So you killed the chief, you bastard. Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move.
I'm solid.
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking.
Baba!
Rookie.
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance. That scared look in your eyes.
He's so intense.
These eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot!
Bum 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 bum. Is she gonna shoot or am I gonna get shot at? What is happening right now? Why? Oh, I've accidentally gone into scope. That's not good. I have a gun, but like... Kinda thought I could, like, punch them all and it would look cool.